Friday, May 2nd, 2014's weekly wrap-up, and it's May already in the year 2014. Zipping by again. Before we know it, we'll be talking about 2015, I guess. But anyway, it is May 2nd, 2014, and what to talk about today, what's happened on the website. What's happened on the website that we released this week is the part 2 of the Folsom Prison Blues packet. And it takes the second verse, but hey, I spent some time on this lesson, I really did, to break it down where you could find the notes, listen to it, pick out the notes, see if you were right, come back, do it, all of this in an a cappella kind of a way, and then turn around and do the thing again with the rhythm track, sort of create a rehearsal experience while you're doing this and following it. And that's my approach towards these packets, is to be very thorough and create a rehearsal version of it. And the reason why is because I know that's what made me better. I know that singing in bands and working out with groups that sang 3- and 4-part harmony, which I've done a lot of, and I've been in lots of bands and in lots of different systems. I've done Beach Boy bands, and I've done 50s doo-wop groups, and I've sung with big bands, and I've sung 3-part harmony stuff in contemporary music. And you know, it's different in the style and the rhythm, but it all gets down to the same thing as far as how the harmony works, and it all gets down to your ear and your ability to come in and blend. And working on that blend is everything. I talk about that in this lesson as well. I talk about what tempered tuning is and how getting a blend is so important. And the difference between singing a cappella and getting a blend, and when the same people even sing with a actual instrumental track, be it your whole band and whatever instrumentation is there, or just to a guitar or a keyboard, doesn't matter. You have to tune up to the instrument when you're singing to an instrumental track. You have to tune up to each other when you're singing without instrumental tracks, and it is different. And it's worth your while to practice both ways. Anyway, part 2 is all about all of the things I just mentioned. It's all about that. Working on the second verse, understanding what the motion is, and getting this opportunity to put yourself in a rehearsal environment like you were in a group or with a group of people working out harmony parts. It always makes you better. Now, the musical tip of the week. Well, since I'm talking about vocal harmony, let me give everybody a little tip about vocal harmony. When you're working with a group, one of the things that you have to work out is the pronunciation of everything. Everybody has to pronounce things the same way. Everybody has to go into the proper places in their voice, meaning chest, mix, and head, and maintain a very similar sound in their tone as they sing from the bottom to the top of their range, and blend to each other. So that's a lot to do. That's a lot more to do than you might think. When you really get good at it, it is all automatic pilot and you don't have to much think about it. But in the beginning, you do have to think about it. And this is a good time to talk about that since we're talking about the musical tip. So here's the musical tip. When it comes to vocalizing, even as a soloist, you start and stop on the consonant sounds. You sustain on the vowel sounds. I've talked about that before. Even more important, if that's possible, when you're singing with a group of people, because everybody has to decide when they're going to start and stop on the consonant sounds. Now, there is a trick. And one trick is the background vocalists that are singing with the lead vocalist, if you're singing 2-part or 3-part harmony, more often 3-part, sometimes 2 of the vocalists are told not to end their consonant sound. Don't end the sound with a consonant. Just sing the pure vowel that the sound is on, and let the lead singer pronounce the consonant. That pulls the harmony together a lot tighter because you don't have 3 different people ending the consonant at maybe a microsecond apart from each other. That always makes things sound a little bit looser. So that is one of the producer's tricks in the studio, to make the background vocalists always sing and sustain on vowels, and don't close the vowel at the end. Just stop and let the lead vocalists cut everything with the consonant sound. And then it's up to the producer and the engineers to mix all of that the proper way. Now, you can do the same thing when you're singing in a live stage performance, and you just have to decide those things ahead of time when you're rehearsing. And I always like to mention the fact that it's an artistic choice. Plenty of people like I was saying, brothers and sisters who are really good at singing together, or bands that have been working together for years, they can start and stop that consonant at the same time, and it actually works for them. So it comes down to being a artistic choice as to if all three singers will sing the consonants beginning and end, or if only the lead singer pronounces the consonant at the end on the harmony parts. Musical tip of the week. With that said, look forward to talking to you guys next week. Some cool new things are going to be showing up pretty soon. Excited about it. So see you then.